What's going on, YouTube? Chan Biz back at it again with another one. Just want to start off this video with saying, why should you listen to me? So here's live footage of me refreshing my Stripe. See, last 4 weeks, 21,000 for web design. So now that we got that covered out the way, let's jump into what this video is about. So this is an interesting one. This is very requested. A lot of people have asked me to make a video on this. Cold calling. And you're probably looking at all these images I have here, like, what on earth does any of this mean? You got 2 pigs here, a phone. So I'm gonna break this down just in 1 second. So I want to start this video off with saying that cold calling is a viable way to get clients. It's one of the fastest ones if you're first starting, if you don't have any advertising spend, and it's definitely recommended. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't go after inbound lead channels. That is still going to be king, still going to grant you an influx of leads. But when you're first starting out, I understand your budget's low, so you don't have money for a team for people to cold call for you. You don't have enough reputation to actually manage influx of leads that's coming in based off different channels. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Cold calling, how it works. So as you can see here, I have Yelp. Now, a lot of people don't know what Yelp is, or they just simply look past this. But in my cold calling experience, this is one of the best ways, and I'll teach you exactly the method and formula that I use to find the clients that I had when I used to cold call. So how it works, Yelp. So you find the clients on Yelp, you have a phone, you call the clients, well, the prospects. They're angry, either dealing with the gatekeeper that doesn't want to get you in front of the business owner, or you're speaking to the business owner and they're just not happy people overall because you are not someone that they like, know, and trust. So they are going to be very angry with you for calling them. And then you have the appointments, which is to schedule an appointment. And you have the globe, which is you actually selling the website. Now, to simplify this, and what actually does work from this, is that first you need to search properly through the Yelp channels in order to find the right people to speak with. That's one of the biggest things that I see that people just completely do not understand. They're calling corporations where there's no one there to even make a decision to begin with. You have boardrooms, you have all these different executive decisions that need to get passed in order for anything to even happen. So you're wasting your time completely. Or you're calling people just off Google randomly, like, yeah, okay, let's call this business and let's not even mention their first name. Let's not mention anything relevant to this business at all. Let's just simply just give them a call and ask if they're in X niche. Now, if that's you, we're gonna have some explaining to do here. So let me jump right into this. So I'm gonna go to Yelp. Now, I've already filtered by this, so you can pick your industry here. Preferably start off with a local company or a local, location. And here's the magic sauce. When you do land on this page, right, you're gonna do this simply. Boom, scroll all the way down. You're gonna see this 24, so the last page. Now you may be thinking to yourself right now, why are you on the last page? Well, let me answer this for you. Because people on the last page typically have low reviews. They typically don't have very engaging websites if they're on the last page as well. So if you put this into perspective, you'll understand that I was able to find this individual here, Shoreview Heating and Air Conditioning, and look at that, there's a website and there's a phone number. So what are you going to do now once you actually locate this? So let's go back to our handy dandy tool here. So what works? Boom, we have this guy right here, and I'll scroll down a little bit. First name and a bad website. This is how we're going to essentially find the criteria on Yelp in order to call. So we're looking for the first name, and we're looking for a bad website. Now, this is completely subjective at the end of the day on what someone thinks what's bad, but okay, so let's open this up. And once we open this up, you'll see here. So to me, this is a bad website. Very little photos, no call to action besides book online, which doesn't even make sense. There's just a lot of things that just do not make sense. If you're a web designer, you know exactly what I mean. This website is not good. So what am I going to do? About. Oh, look at that. There's Jason and the owner. Okay, so now Mr. Jason, the owner, is the individual that we need to speak to about his website, shoreviewhvac.com. Or we might get this lady right here. So it could be a bonus. So if you pick up the phone and it's a girl, okay, now you're talking to Jamie. So I'll show you how to position this in a second. So let's go back over here. So we are finding the first name, bad website, and then this is where the magic happens, right? So what works here is being persuasive in all angles, all directions of everything. This is tonality. What you say is not as important as how you actually say it. And this all has to do with tonality. So if you know this, so we need to search, we need to speak with the individual based off the phone. Why is there a little pig here and why is there a bad pig? So little pig, bad pig. So little pig is how we want the client to be transformed. So you're like, what do you mean transformed? Transformed into a little pig? Yes, exactly. Little cute pig. That's what we need here. And how do we do that? We do that by being persuasive, and I'll teach you exactly how. We're going to take an angry pig into a little cute pig. And then we're going to use our voice simply to be persuasive in order to land a meeting with them. And then in return, if you do it correctly, you've guessed it, you get the money. So be persuasive in all angles. We're going to frame them, befriend them, turn them into an appointment, and make money. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this. So let's scroll down to the little script that I created here. So I don't want to use script in here because we're not essentially using a direct script. I don't really believe in full-blown scripts as far as verbatim. So you want to frame things how the conversation is moving. And then this is going to be very important. So, hey, first name. So let's go back over here. We had Jason. So you're going to remember this name when you call someone like Jason. So we're going to go back over here. Hey, Jason, how are you? So immediately, right when someone picks up the phone, and I've tested this thousands of times, and you say someone's first name, they're going to be way more inclined to listen. And if it's not Jason, they're going to definitely find someone that is Jason there for you. And they're going to answer. They're going to probably say something around the lines of, hey, how's it going? Why are you calling my name Jason? And then you're going to say, my name would be Chan. This is Chan. I found you on Yelp. They're going to think, oh, Yelp, okay, makes sense. All right, and they know my name's Jason. That's interesting. Jason, still doing services? Jason's going to think, of course we're doing services. And if they're not, then, you keep calling, because then you're talking to someone that's not in business, and that's just a whole another rabbit hole. So once you do that, and you ask them, still doing services, they're typically going to be like, yeah, doing services right now, actually, or yeah, we have a couple of clients we're working with, whatever it is. Okay, cool. Boom. This is the most important part. This is how you turn angry pig into cute, friendly, transformative pig. Right here. Quick rapport about service and location. So you're going to say, Jason, that's awesome. You're in the HVAC scene. Sweet. Tell me about how you first got started. Or Jason, how many clients are you currently working with? Or Jason, what's the number one thing that you think about when you're actually doing HVAC that's a problem for you? So you want to really go deep down and inside on their service-based industry. And it helps if you know the service a bit too, because you can even use like ChatGPT, or you can Google specific questions about their service. Now, when you develop a little bit of rapport and you have a talking point about their service, you're going to jump into the location. This is huge. So if you're both from the same area, Or if you know anything about the area, this is awesome. So you're going to talk about the location. So I'm over here in Minnesota, so we might talk about the 10,000 lakes. We might talk about fishing. We might talk about the weather, how bad and bipolar it is nonstop. So this is going to make them question who you are as an individual, but you seem nice to them. So we're going from a angry pig to a friendly pig. So once you do that, you're going to say, Jason, I help Yelp users out. Notice a few things on your profile that could increase your leads, and they're going to answer. This is where it's transformative. They're like, okay, this is someone. This is a friendly person, but they're asking me as far as buyer intent questions. So I'm a bit confused here. So they're going to answer that probably with something that's going to be positive or negative, but it doesn't really matter, because immediately whatever they say, you're going to empathize with their pain points, and this is spelled wrong, so sorry about that, with their pain points of paying Yelp and or not getting enough leads. This is critical. So since we're calling from Yelp, they recognize us from Yelp, you've called them by the first name, you're now having the conversation with them as far as Yelp is not giving them enough leads, their website is not giving them enough leads, they're not staying busy, whatever it is. Amplify those pain points that they currently have, that they're sharing with you. And if it is a positive response, the goal is, the objective is, this whole entire process, you see that I don't have make money prior to an appointment. If you're cold calling someone, you're not going to jump from a cold call directly in, hey, what's your credit card details? Just not going to work like that. So you want to book a time with them that's going to be relevant and close as possible to the time frame of the call, so preferably the next day or the next day. And then you're going to ask them as far as a positive, enforced way for you to say, hey, does Tuesday work at 3 o'clock for a quick call? Okay, so we're going to ask them that. And then depending on how they answer, they could say, yeah, for sure, tomorrow works great. Or no, it does not work great. Okay, well then pick another date. Figure out the date with them. That's not the point of this. The point is that they showed a positive response to this, and then now they're interested in hearing more from you. You're not going to pitch them the services. You're not going to do anything like that. You're simply just going to book an appointment and get off the phone as quick as possible. Negative. Okay, Jason, no worries. Allison said the same thing to me. Are you sure you don't have a few minutes so I can show you how we helped Allison? Now that's going to have them really thinking like, okay, Allison? Now this helps if you use someone in their industry as well, maybe that they know, but if not, just using a different name and then telling them that you've done results for a different name typically allows them to be like, okay, let me think this through, or let me give this a second thought, and now they're on the fence. But the whole objective here, like I said, is to get them into an appointment, which then will actually get the sale. So that's how I cold call. I take Yelp, I filter by criteria of the last page, I see what websites are poor, I make sure that I have their first name, I then frame them, and when I frame them with these questions below here, I then turn them into a friend, and the frame is ERT. If you didn't see that video, please watch it, and that turned them into a friend, so from an angry pig to a cute pig, and then I ask them for the appointment, and then from the appointment, then you actually go for the sale. So that's going to lead me to the next point of this video, which is making money. So if you guys would like to see how I would turn an appointment into money, so how I would actually do the close, let me know. This video is purely on cold calling, so that's why I wanted to explain this process to you exactly step by step and how I would do this if I was just starting once again. Now let's get into the actual community side of things. So we've been doing very well as far as with the community. We have Website Sharks, the Discord. We'd love for you guys to join in. We're growing very quickly here, and yeah, we'd love to see you inside. So that's my cold calling video. If you guys found any value in this, if you have any questions, concerns, please drop a like, and yeah, shoot a comment. Take care, guys.